Fans of classic Aussie rock, hold on to your seats because we are in the presence of music royalty.
We are. Ross Wilson is not only the voice behind some of the biggest hits of the 70s and 80s, he's also produced, written and mentored some of the biggest acts for the past 4 decades.
Oh, but come, said the boy, let's go down on the sand.
You wouldn't have lived through the 70s without hearing his voice.
Let me be a man for you.
Aussie rocker Ross Wilson's career spans an impressive 50 years. In the 70s, he exploded onto the scene as frontman for Daddy Cool.
I'm just crazy about the way we do.
He then worked his magic for the Skyhooks, producing their breakout debut album Living in the 70s. But it wasn't long before he was back in front of the mic with Mondo Rock. The band went from pub rockers to music legends. Chemistry, their second album, was one of the highest selling in 1980.
Just a state of the heart.
He spent the 90s writing for music heavyweights and touring solo, before reuniting in 2014 with Mondo Rock. And due to popular demand, the band is back on the road, performing all their classics.
It might break into your cold world, break into your...
Oh, definitely one of my favourites. Ross Wilson joins us live at the desk. You like that one too, I can
Yeah, look,
tell.
I'm holding onto my seat just like you said.
Mate, 50 years. What's it like to have a look back at some of that stuff?
Yeah, well, it's been quite a journey. You know, I started off playing, my first band was while I was still at school. And we decided to make a record because we couldn't get a record deal. And we pressed up our own record, made the charts in Melbourne. And so I was like, that's it. This is what I want to do, you know?
Did it almost feel too easy?
No, it wasn't that easy. It was sort of because you're having fun at the same time. You're just going, oh, let's just make a record, you know?
So would you say it's a lot easier, it was easier back then to make a record than it is now? I mean, you speak to some of the bands nowadays and they struggle to get into the studio.
Well, no, in a lot of senses, it's gone back to what it was like in the 60s because it was all about like a single. And now it's all about like a song, you know, albums have kind of faded away. So it's similar in some ways. You know, you can make your own music in your home studio, and it can be pretty good too, and you can release it out there. It's just that the platforms for releasing it have changed. You know, you've got the internet, and it's actually should be easier to get attention these days with YouTube and the internet and blah blah blah. So yeah, good luck to anybody who's starting out. I really hope you make it.
Any advice for anyone who's starting out?
Be good. Yeah, that always helps if you've got talent.
Mate, before the show started, I was telling everybody that I heard an urban myth last year about Daddy Cool and Eagle Rock, and it was whenever the track came on, certain parts of Australia would take off their pants, put them on their head and dance around.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction?
Well, it's not... I don't know about the putting it on your head part, but you just drop your dacks and you dance around with your undies and then you've got to pull them back up at the end of the song. But this is no myth at all. You know, I first became aware of it in the late 90s, and then it spread, and a particular hotbed of activity. There's Duntroon, that's where they do it a lot. All the future leader officers of the Australian military do it. And also the University of Queensland, they reckon they invented it, and they've got a bar there, and on the list, on the rules on the wall, it says, you know, no smoking, no, don't get inebriated. Rule number 8. Patrons are not to be ejected if they drop their pants to Eagle Rock, but must replace them at the end of the song.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
So we played there, and the joint went nuts. And, you know, there was people crowd surfing in their undies and that, and it was all a lot of fun. It was great.
That's hilarious. I hadn't heard of it, neither had Ange, so
Well,
I'm glad
very
you cleared
proud,
that up. Thank
very
you.
proud of the Australian public for coming up with that one. Yeah.
Does it feel good to have Mondo Rock back together? I know you guys are about to hit the road again.
We're playing at the State Theatre tomorrow night and the Palais in Melbourne on Saturday night in honour of this remastered collection, which sounds excellent, called Besto Mondo. And we've got a bill with My Sex, contemporaries of ours.
Great.
And,
Steve Balby's singing in My
singing,
Sex.
he's fabulous as a front man, yeah.
Great
so,
stuff.
Recommend everybody come along and see us.
Yeah, I'd love to. Hey, mate, what are the crowds like nowadays? when you're playing live and stuff, apart from the pants coming down.
Yeah.
Which you may not. Do you do Eagle Rock when you're playing with Mondo
We
Rock?
don't play Eagle Rock with Mondo Rock, so it's...
Don't shout
so-
that.
so-
Don't call for that,
say
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll have to come and see me at my
But
solo
are the
gigs
crowds
for
as
that.
crazy as they used to be?
No, we're all a little bit more sedated than we used to be, you know. But it depends what you're doing, you know. My mission in life is to get people up off their bums and moving around and shaking, you know, their fannies and all of that. And I've been doing it for a while now. I'm pretty good at doing that. So yeah, we still get them up and doing it, you know.
Any surprises that we can expect from the shows?
Well, we're going to play a couple of songs which we haven't played for a really long time, mostly from this album. We do the Mondo Rock with the first guys we wrote and recorded for the first time, A Touch of Paradise, right? So it was a few years later that John Farnham got a hold of it. So we'll be actually including our version of A Touch of Paradise in the show, and of course Come Said the Boy and Cool World and all the others as well.
Cool World.
You're also going to be supporting John Farnham, right, later in the year?
Later,
Yeah.
I'm going out on the road with on Day on the Greens with John Farnham. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good
yeah.
gigs. Mate, very quickly, I was listening to some Split Ends yesterday, and I know you worked
yeah.
with Skyhooks.
Skyhooks, yeah.
Why did they do all the face painting and stuff?
Well,
Because
I
they
think
weren't really glam rock.
No, Skyhooks was started out. They were wearing lots of glitter and everything as a kind of a satire of glam rock.
Okay.
But it was a great way to get attention. You know,
Yeah.
just look different and weird.
Split Ends
Yeah.
didn't need to do it. They're a great band anyway. Great music.
That's right. Well, in the end, they dropped a lot of that stuff off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Once everyone knew.
Hey, Ross, have fun back out on the road, and really good to talk to you today.
Same
mate.
here.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Great to be on.
See you, sir.
Lovely to see you.
For all the information on Mondo Rock's new tour, head over to the Daily Edition website.
That looks great.